Mobilizing shared values and commitment, the story of now. How do we bring our story and our strategy to life? The story of now, the goals for this session. Learn how to tell an effective story of now. Learn how to coach others in a story of now. Developing your story of now. Now we know why you've been called to a particular mission. We know something about who it is you want to call upon to join you in that mission. So what action does that mission require of you right here, right now, in this place? The story of now is urgent. It requires dropping other things and paying attention. It's rooted in the values you celebrated in your story of us, and requires of self and us, and requires action. What is our challenge and our choice? The challenge, and we got your people, and the choices to be made. There will be a dream and a nightmare. In Washington, D.C., on August 23, 1963, Dr. Martin Luther King told a story of what he called the fierce urgency of now. Although we all recall his vision of what America could be, his dream, we often forget that action was urgent because of the nightmare of racial oppression, the result of white America's failure to make good on its promissory note to African Americans. This debt, he argued, could no longer be postponed. If we did not act now, we could never realize the dream. In a story of now, strategy and story overlap because a key element in hope is strategy, a credible vision of how to get from here to there. The choice we offer must be more than we must all choose to be better people, or we must all choose to do any one on this list of 53 things, which makes each of them trivial. A meaningful choice requires action we can take now, action we can take together, and an outcome we can achieve. The elements of a story of now. The challenge. What is the urgent challenge that requires our action? The hope. What is the source of the sense of possibility that we can meet the challenge? The choice. What is the pathway to action, the specific outcome we hope to achieve? Why, working together, we can achieve it? And the specific commitment each person must make now. The story of now concludes with, will you join me in? Why it matters. The choice we're called on to make is a choice to take strategic action now. Leaders who only describe problems but fail to identify a way to act and to bring others together to address the problem aren't very good leaders. If you're called to address a real challenge, a challenge so urgent you have motivated us to face it as well, then you also have a responsibility to invite us to join you in action that has some chance of success. A story of now is not simply a call to make a choice to act. It's a call to hopeful action. The art of the ask. What is at the root of a successful call to action? Why do some asks get a response and others fall on deaf ears? Partly the success of the ask is rooted in the public narrative broadly, but there are specific characteristics of asks that are universal to movement. Specific. Your ask is clear and limits the bounds of what you are asking your people to do. It's not vague or aspirational. It tells your people exactly what they need to do to meet the challenge you put before them. Measurable. Your ask does not ask people to take a leap of faith to know that something has changed the world. They should be able to see, measure, and count what's happened. They should be absolutely clear on whether or not the thing you've asked them to do has been done. For example, love one another versus work at a soup kitchen for an hour. Meaningful. Your ask shows a clear path toward your ultimate goals. Just as we cannot ask our constituency to wait forever to see results, we cannot ask them to engage in magical thinking about change. Ask for what you need, and your constituency can decide if they are called to meet those needs. In a moment, I'd like for you to pause this video and go to this link on YouTube and watch the protest speech from 1982. This is the Gandhi movie featuring Ben Kingsley. So as you watch this excerpt, think about the elements of his story of now that make up his call to action. And in detail, pay attention to these key factors. In the challenge, how does he confront his audience with a real urgent challenge? What images does he create? The outcome. Where does he locate the source of hope? What could be different if the community chose to act together? The choice. What does he ask the community to do? What might make it meaningful?